Welcome to our channel. Our today's topic is motion in a straight line, part 4. Part 4. See, now we are going to deal with acceleration, average acceleration. So what is the definition of average acceleration? There are two definitions, as I told you before. One is the conceptual definition and the other one is the mathematical definition. So what is the conceptual definition for acceleration, average acceleration? Let us see here. Conceptual definition. So what is conceptual definition? The change produced in the velocity of a body in unit time is known as average velocity. Then what about mathematical definition? Average velocity is mathematically defined as the ratio between the total change produced in the velocity of a body with total time taken for the change. It is mathematically defined as average acceleration is equal to total change produced in velocity by total time. This implies a bar equal to what is total change produced in velocity? Delta V. See here, this bar is not for vector representation. This is for representing average value. So a bar is average. Since we are considering motion in a straight line, we are not going to bother about any vector notation here. See, ours is a straight line motion. So a bar equal to delta V by delta t. Total change produced in velocity is delta V and a total time interval is delta t. Or this is equal to what is delta V? V2 minus V1 by delta t is T2 minus T1. So mathematically we can express average acceleration in this way. If we consider a body moving in this direction, suppose this is x-axis, say this is origin point, this is initial point A, this is the final point B. Since ours is a straight line motion, let the body starts from A and move towards B along this line. So then what is the actual path here? From A to B. This is the actual path. Let the velocity at A is u. At B, let the velocity be some v. Let the time taken for this journey from A to B is delta t. And here, let the body starts its journey at A when the time is t1 and let the body reaches point B at a time t2. Then in this case, a bar equal to how much? So by mathematical definition, it is clear that what is a bar here? Here a bar equal to delta V by delta t. That equal to what is delta V? Final velocity minus initial velocity. Change in velocity means what? Final velocity minus initial velocity. V minus u by delta t. That is a t2 minus t1. Okay, or we can write this one as v minus u by total time is some t seconds, some t. Total time is some t here. So this is about mathematical definition and conceptual definitions for average acceleration. Till now we discussed about conceptual definition and mathematical definitions for acceleration. But these are not enough. Actually, you should get the actual idea of acceleration. You should feel it actually. If you are unable to feel the physical quantities in physics, you will face trouble in solving problems. So just not learning the derivations and formulae. Even if you are thorough with all the derivations and formulae, that doesn't ensure you that you can become strong in physics. So you should actually feel with the different physical quantities. Okay, now let us check what is acceleration actually. Let us feel acceleration now. See here, a body's acceleration is 2 meters per second square, for example. So let us check what is the mathematical definition for acceleration? Delta V by delta t. So can we write this acceleration in this format here? Let us try here. So this is equal to, so this one I am writing, see, 2 meters per second velocity term by 1 second. Is it okay now? This one is equal to this one, 2 meter per second square. So this acceleration 2 meter per second square, this is written as 2 meters per second in 1 second. What is 2 meters per second here? Change in velocity, that is delta V, change produced in velocity. And what about this 1 second here? This is the time interval during which the change in velocity. This is what is delta t here? This delta t is the time interval during which the change in velocity was produced. So you should understand acceleration in this way. What is the meaning of this? In unit time, the velocity is increasing by 2 units. In unit time, velocity is increasing by 2 units. So let us take an example here. Let us consider a body moving along x-axis here. So this is origin. Let us take different time intervals. This is the t equal to 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, so on like this. Let us suppose that the particle starts its journey at origin from rest. It is initially at rest. So at t equal to 1 second, what is its velocity here at 1 second? So in every 1 second, it is increasing by 2 units. So here from t equal to 0 seconds to t equal to 1 second, 1 second time is over. So if 1 second time is over, what happens? Velocity now it will be how much? 2 meter per second. Now velocity is 2 meter per second. Another 1 second. So velocity increases by another 2 meters per second, another 2 units. So here velocity will be how much? 4 meters per second. After 3 seconds, at the end of 3 seconds, what will be the velocity of the body? For every second, 2 units. For 3 seconds, 3 2s are 6 units. So here the velocity V equal to 6 meters per second. So in this way, velocity is increasing. Okay. So velocity is uniformly increasing here. So we can feel it now. What is acceleration? Right? Previously we dealt the concepts and we did some problems regarding bodies moving with constant velocity or uniform velocity. You can say that the bodies are moving they are having uniform motion. Such a motion is said to be uniform motion. If a body moves with a constant velocity, then such a motion is called as uniform motion. Now in this case, can you say this is uniform motion here? See, velocity is changing. Initially it is 0 meters per second, 2 meters per second, 4 meters per second, 6 meters per second. In that way, velocity is increasing. We entered into a new zone that the motion is now, it is not uniform motion. Then what type of motion is this? This is uniform acceleration. See, A equal to 2 meter per second square. 2 is a number, it is a constant. So here acceleration A is constant. That is, A is constant. It is uniform. In every 1 second, speed is increasing only by 2 units. Okay. Suppose in 1 second time, this is 0 seconds, this is 1 second. In 1 second time, the increment in velocity is 2 for this entire journey. Then what if we consider half second here, from 0 seconds to half second? What could be the increase in velocity? It will be 1 meter per second. It will be 1 meter per second. However small the time intervals may be, the change in velocity will be constant. Suppose in every time interval of 1 second, the increment is 2 units. The velocity increases by 2 units. In every half second, the velocity increases by 1 unit, that is 1 meter per second. In every 1/4 second, if you consider, the velocity increases by 1/2 meter per second. So in this way, how much small you divide the time intervals, no problem, the change in velocity will be same in all those time intervals. Then we can say that the motion of the body is, or the body is having uniform acceleration. We can say that the body is under uniform acceleration. Got it? So now we are purely dealing with uniform acceleration. Okay, non-uniform acceleration also will be there. We can deal it later. Okay, now it is uniform acceleration. When the bodies, they were moving with a constant velocity like this, suppose from A to B to C here. So A to B velocity is V1, B to C velocity is V2. What type of motion is this one? What type of motion is it? Is it uniform motion or is it accelerated motion? Okay, so in this case, What type of motion is this? From here to here, A to B, the body is moving with a constant velocity v1. So it is uniform motion from A to B. From B to C, the body is moving with a constant velocity throughout this journey with a constant velocity v2. It is also uniform motion only. Okay. From A to B, it is uniform motion. From B to C, it is uniform motion. Then what about the nature of the motion if you consider the points from A to C? Throughout the journey from A to C, the velocity is constant or not? The velocity is not constant here. The velocity is not constant. Here for some part of journey the velocity is v1 and for some other part of journey the velocity is v2. Then can we call this one as non-uniform motion or uniform motion? Is this uniform motion or non-uniform motion? See, when the velocity is constant from A to B, we call it as uniform motion. From B to C, since the velocity is same, constant, that is v2, we call this one as uniform motion. Then what about A to C part of journey taken at a time? Is it uniform motion or non-uniform motion? Generally students will be left in dilemma here whether it is to decide if it is uniform motion or not. What is the uniform motion? Velocity should remain constant. For this part of journey, velocity is not remaining constant, but there are only two options here. Either it can be uniform motion or it can be non-uniform motion. Uniform motion means the body must move with a constant velocity, and non-uniform motion means the body should have acceleration, and we are limited to constant acceleration only. In our topic we are limited to constant acceleration only. Regarding variable acceleration we will be dealing in future sessions. Okay. So now this is uniform motion only. This is uniform motion. This is not accelerated motion. Why? Because from A to B the velocity is v1, yet B velocity suddenly changes from v1 to v2. There is no time gap. So suppose if you write like this, A equal to delta v by delta t, some at B velocity change is there from v2 to v1 to v2, so delta v you can write v2 minus v1. Then what about this time interval? Something by, it is almost negligible, very close to 0. So almost 0. Anything by 0 is, it is not defined. We cannot define. So here we cannot define acceleration. So this motion, this is not accelerated motion. Accelerated motion means for the change produced in velocity, there is some time lag. For the change produced in the velocity, there is some time lag. Delta t is there. Delta t is not, it is not close to 0. So in previous example I gave acceleration A equal to 2 meters per second. A equal to 2 meter per second square. Sorry, acceleration A equal to 2 meter per second square. So what does it mean here? So delta v by delta t is equal to 2 meter per second by 1 second. 1 second is a large time interval. It's sufficiently large time interval. Okay. So here the time interval, you can imagine it is almost 0.0000 so on. It's very close to 0. So we cannot define acceleration in this case. So this is not accelerated motion. This is uniform motion only. So clear now? What are the physical quantities we know in motion in a straight line? Till now, which physical quantities we have come across till now? One is the distance and displacement. Next one, average speed and average velocity. Okay. So I am writing. So since ours is a motion in a straight line, distance and displacement, both of them are same. Okay. So one is we have come across displacement, velocity, and in today's class we have introduced a new physical quantity, that is acceleration. And along with this, time is the most common physical quantity we use everywhere else. So these are the physical quantities we come across in our motion in a straight line, or kinematics along a straight line. So these are the important and crucial physical quantities which help us in describing the motion of a body. See, in the case of uniform motion, that is when the bodies are moving with a constant velocity or constant speed, what was the formula there? V average equal to total displacement by total time. We did problems using this mathematical equation. See here, what are the physical quantities that are involved here? One is S, another one is V, another one is T. Three physical quantities. There is no A here. Okay, now from now onwards we will be having, or we will be using S, V, A and T, one more physical quantity. Previously we were having only this expression. Now we will be having new expressions to describe the motion of a body along a straight line, and those expressions, they are popularly called as kinematic equations. So let us check them once. The kinematic equations. What are the kinematic equations? 1. V equal to U plus AT. 2. Average velocity V equal to U plus V by 2. This is having limitations here. Here this is applicable only for constant acceleration in a straight line. So V equal to U plus AT. Second one, V bar equal to U plus V by 2. This is average velocity. Third one, S equal to UT plus half AT square. Fourth, V square equal to U square plus 2AS. And fifth one, Sn equal to U plus A into N minus half. Okay, these are the equations here, and of these the most crucial equations are this one, this one, this one. We use them, they are most popular equations here, we use them frequently, right? In next session let us have derivations of these equations. So with the help of these equations we can describe the motion of a body. These equations are popularly known as kinematic equations.